Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to Sparklethorn Designs. I have a cute little junk journal to show y'all today. I'm going to show you how I created it from the beginning. So let's get started. So here I'm just kind of showing you what the book looked like before I got started. I have an idea that I wanted to use bookbinding rings. And I knew that with this book, that the book itself is very thin and that it wouldn't really hold it. So I reinforced it with a Cheez-It box on on the center of the book. But I knew that I would need something to put those bookbinding rings in. I could have punched holes into the book, but I really didn't want to go that route. So I thought this was a great option. So what I thought I would do is have somebody sew around the rings, like take the rings out but leave holes and sew it down so that it would be very sturdy. I wasn't sure how that would work, and they told me that I'd have to have somebody with an industrial sewing machine because of the cardboard, and that they need an industrial one for the needle. So I decided to try and glue, and as far as I can tell, it has worked. So I did what I wanted to do by sewing, but with glue. I could have hand sewed it. I wasn't sure that my little sad fingers were strong enough to do it. Here I am showing where I wanted to place the fringe on the front and the back, because once I did sort of put the book together, the book pages always stick out further than the actual book because you've made all these modifications. And I didn't cut this book apart and add anything to the spine, so of course the book pages are very, very much sticking out. So I played around with the different fringes, different ways that I wanted to do it. I really wanted to just use the lacy fringe, but as you can see, it still showed the book pages. So I went ahead and used the rainbow and the fringe, and I think it turned out very nice. I also decided to use book tape to make the book itself a little more sturdy. It gives it that pretty shiny gleam, so I was really happy with that. Now, I did not have any just right on the center, because at this point when I decided to do that, I had already put the rings down, so there wasn't really room to get it all the way in without just wasting a lot of tape. Now, on to the final product. So here is my final product. Oh, I didn't cut this in, which I can go back and do. I'm happy with the way it turned out. I'm not really happy with the bookbinding rings in the way that they've been used. And that being said, as you can see, I had a little goofy goof. Thankfully, this is for me and not for somebody else. But you can see that it is starting to rip some of the holes on the pages. And I don't like that. But as far as I can tell right now, this is holding up well, and that's good. I mean, I haven't used it a lot, but I did use it, to put the pages down. So I'm just going to put some music on, go through the book, and then maybe we'll come back and do a little talking about it. All right, so as you can see, I left in the, let me cut this real quick. I left in the actual page turning. I'm not sure this is the right way for me to do it again. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the way it looks. I'm just a little concerned with if this was given to someone, especially possibly someone a little bit younger. It doesn't have to be. I love all books, but turning those pages in this particular book is going to be difficult. Like, you have to be very careful or you're going to rip the pages. So thoughts, anything that you guys think would have worked better, I'm all ears. If you want to leave a comment. There is at least 30 days worth of writing pages in here, maybe 60, because I kind of counted as I went through in all the different writing spaces. And if I numbered it, I could easily get to 30. I didn't go any further with it because that was the main goal, was that this possibly be a 30 page junk journal. As you can see, I've got some wear on the spine from before I actually covered it with the bookbinding tape. But and see, that was another thing I was worried about, is gluing it down and that slickness, and it's sticking. So I will definitely have to go back and fix that one. This one I just did yesterday, so maybe I didn't let it dry long enough or put enough glue, because this one has been pretty solid. So I'll go back and fix that. All right, you guys, y'all go out and spread God's love. Have an amazing day. Enjoy your summer, and I'll see you again soon.